everyone, so today I have a story time for you guys, and it is the time that my ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend dumped me because he couldn't. It's story time! I'm going to start off by saying I'm not going to be saying anybody's name. I don't want anybody to know who this is. I don't. And if you guys know, please keep it to yourself. I don't want to give out his information. I'm not trying to, cause any hate or anything. I just basically want to give a story time just for entertainment purposes, and also so that, girls who are ever in a similar situation, can basically just learn from my mistakes. So basically, this guy, I was with him officially as a couple for like 5 months, and then we split, and then we started talking again for another 4 months, so basically nine months in total. But he wasn't a stranger. We literally knew each other since we were kids. I actually used to be his bully in elementary school, and college karma, I guess. Basically, I used to be his bully as a kid, and sometimes he didn't even want to go to school because I would bully him. So we knew each other since we were little, and we knew each other throughout middle school. We were going out for 5 months officially, and during the time, he did so much shit for me, more than any guy has ever done for me. Like, ever. Anything I wanted, I would get. Anytime I wanted food, anytime I wanted clothes, anything. Like, he literally maxed out every single one of his fucking credit cards to get me what I wanted. Like, he was a really good guy. He was, when we were together. I wasn't that great of a girlfriend, and it might have been because I literally started going out with him not even a month after me and the father of my kids had split up, and I had been with the father of my kids for like 7 years. So I don't know if it was because I just wasn't mentally ready. I thought I was, but I wasn't. And then we split up in December. I had noticed that my boyfriend was acting weird. My boyfriend at the time, my ex, whatever, was acting really weird. Like, we would make plans and then he wouldn't show up, or he would just be there late, or he would change the plans. And he was just acting really strange. And I was like, okay, something is not right. Of course, on Christmas Day, I got these screenshots between him and this girl kind of going back and forth to each other. They weren't really being so flirty, but they were talking, he was talking about me a lot. There was different times when he was planning on meeting this person, and this person, I guess, just wouldn't show up. This person literally sent me the screenshots, and they were like, "Merry Christmas!" And this was when my family was here. So literally, as soon as I got the screenshots, I called him. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And as soon as I said that, he knew exactly what I was talking about. He's like,
"Oh, like you got messages, huh?"
I was like, no shit. Like, can you explain them to me? And I was like, you know what? No. Don't even explain. And he was trying to explain. He was like, you know what? He was like,
"Honestly, I wasn't trying on meeting this person. Like, I promised you, I knew that this wasn't a real person. I just thought that it was the father of your kids fucking with me and trying to break us up."
And this was his story, that he knew that, because the father of my kids did some really shady shit. And so I honestly, like, I'm pretty sure it was him. And then after, in the future, I got more messages, and I kind of figured myself that, it is him. Like, during the time, like, he swore to me, he was like,
"I was not trying to meet this person, I swear to you. Like, I was just trying to, like, even my sister knew about this, her boyfriend knew about it, like, we were all gonna confront him together because I knew that this was the father of your kids, and I wanted to show you that he wasn't as perfect as you fucking think he is."
Because I was hanging out with the father of my kids during the time that me and him were, like, together, with my kids. The last person that I ever expected, because he even told me, he was like, he's been cheated on by every fucking one of his girlfriends that he's ever had. And he was like,
"I would never do that to anybody, to any woman, because I know how that feels."
And I trusted him. I never trusted a guy as much as I trusted him. So for him, out of all people, to do this shit to me, Like, it broke me. And I was like, literally, I told him, I was like, I honestly had to find out during the fucking time that my family was here. Like, are you serious, dude? I was like, you know what? We're done. That's it. We're over. Fuck you. Bye. I was just so heartbroken that I just couldn't enjoy my family. And that hurt. That hurt. Literally, as soon as I dumped him, I called up the father of my kids, and I took a picture with him. Like, we were literally holding each other in each other's arms, and I put it up on Snapchat for him to see. And he saw that, obviously. And, yes, it was petty. I know I shouldn't have done that, but honestly, I was just so fucking pissed that I wanted so, you know, after that, his sister, she went off on me, and she was like,
you know, you should have, you know, listened to his side of the story. Like, he honestly was not trying to cheat on you.
She was basically sticking up for him and saying,
yeah, he wasn't trying to cheat on you. He was honestly just trying to prove you this and blah, 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 blah.
But I wasn't having it. I wasn't having it. So that's basically what happened during our relationship and how it ended. And 2 weeks passed, and we weren't talking to each other. And then again, like, I had posted something, and he commented on it. And that time was like 2 weeks later, so I had calmed down a bit. And I listened to his story, and I was like, you know what? I don't know if this is the truth or this is bullshit, but I just don't want to hang on to anger. So I let it go. I forgave him, and we started talking again after that. And he was upset at me. He was still mad at me because of what the picture that I had posted with my ex, as soon as me and him broke up, because obviously that made him think that me and the father of my kids were fucking around the whole time that me and him were together, which we weren't, but, you know, it made him think that. Oh, he was hurt, I was hurt, but we were still talking. And we just did not know what we wanted from each other. You know, there was times when I wanted to be in a relationship with him again, and then, like, I didn't. And then there was times when he wanted to be in a relationship, but he just couldn't let go of his anger. And, like, you know, there was a time when he was like, you know, like, when I asked him, I was like, hey, do you consider me your girlfriend? And he's like,
yeah, why?
And I was like, oh, no, because I don't. And later on, another month, you know, another month or so had passed, and I was really starting to fall in love with him. During my whole relationship with him, actual relationship with him, I was in lust. I wasn't in love. I was in lust. Like, literally, this guy turned me on so bad. I don't know. Like, it wasn't normal for me because I don't get like that. But oh my gosh. But later on, like, I literally not just lusted after him, I literally started falling in love. And I wanted him to see, like, that I was willing to change and not be the bitch that I was during our relationship, to basically show him that I was ready to be in a relationship again. And I was doing so much stuff for him and so much stuff for him. And he noticed that, too, because he was like,
why couldn't you do this when we were together?
It hurt him that I took so long to act that way when we were actually together. I wasn't acting like that. I was ready to be in a relationship, and he just wasn't. He's like, I can't forgive you for what you did. I still can't forgive you for what you did. Because obviously, like I said, he still thinks that I was fucking around. I told him, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, you either, you know, if you can't commit, like, that's it. He told me, he's like,
I'm going to give you your space. And as soon as you're ready...
Not when he was ready, when I was ready.
You know, just let me know. And I'm going to try as hard as I possibly can to get you back. And let's start in a relationship all over again.
And I was like, okay. And I gave him a week. Then I messaged him and I was like, hey, I'm ready to give this another shot whenever you are. And I was in Target at the time. And a few minutes later, my phone goes ding, a new text message, and my heart's just beating so fast because I know that it's him, and I'm just like freaking out. I'm like, okay, I did it. I'm gonna do this. Like, I was just being so optimistic, and yes, we're gonna start all over, and I was just anticipating this text, and then the text read that shattered my heart. Like, oh, hey.
He's here, but he's on a date with me right now. So if you want to talk to him, you can call him tomorrow.
Like that. And I was like, what the fidgeting fudgesticles. No. I literally started hyperventilating there in the middle of the freaking store. Random people were trying to calm me down. Like, I was freaking out. I was literally in tears. And I was like, Mom, we have to get out of the store. We have to get out of the store. Like, I want, no. I called my friend and I was like, hey, can I spend the night at your house? Like, I took me and my kids went over to her house. I just needed to be around friends. And at her house, he called me later on that night. And I was like, hey. And he was like,
Hey.
and I was like, where were you? Like, just trying to be casual, you know? Like, where were you? And he was like,
Oh, I'm on a date. Why?
like literally, like, so nonchalant, like it was nothing. Like, he was just talking to his sister, basically. Like, no, like, nothing. And I was like, oh, really? Like, you're on a date? And he was like,
Yeah.
and I was like, so you did let her text me? And he was like,
Yeah, I did.
like, just, like, nothing. And I was like, why would you let her text me? And he's like,
Oh, because, I just wanted to show her that I had nothing to hide and that I had no one to hide.
what? Just last week? Weren't you the one that was all, oh, when you're ready, we can fix this? And here you are fucking telling me this? He was just so, like nothing. Like, it was nothing. And I was just so pissed. I was like, really? Like, you're literally, like, you don't give a fuck. You're acting like you just don't give a fuck. And I told him I was just so upset. I was like, you know what? You know the bullshit that I went through with the father of my kids? And you had promised me that you were going to be better. And honestly, you were fucking worse. I told him. And he, like, when I said that, he was like,
Oh, well, I don't need to hear this, so bye.
like, nothing. Like, it was nothing. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you fucking kidding me? I was so fucking hurt. We hung up, and that was it. That was the end. I should have seen it coming, because when me and him, were trying to work things out, and I was trying to put in the extra effort to show him, like, that I was ready for a relationship, I was putting in 100%, and I was getting, like, 10% in return. A week before, like, I told him that I needed a break, I thought we were making improvement, because he had taken me out to eat. He was going to take me to get my nails done. He just wanted to do something special for me. And it was, like, honestly, one of the most memorable days of my life, because I had so much fun literally just walking around with him. This is how it ended. I found out that he started going out with this girl. I think it's the same girl. Like, a month later. And then they broke up another month later. Honestly, I don't regret my relationship with him, because I learned that you have to look at the warning signs, and I was refusing to look at those warning signs. If you are ever in a situation like that, and you care for that person, and they can't forgive you for what you did, let them go. Literally just be like, okay, you know what? You obviously need some time for yourself. I need some time for myself. Like, I wish you the best of luck, and hopefully whenever you're ready, hopefully I'm still here. You just have to do that. And if they come back, then they obviously loved you. And if they pull that shit, they were obviously never even worth it. We all live and we all learn. So hopefully you guys learned from my mistakes. And that's it for my story time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!